Alright, so we have our backend Feather server set up for the most part. Now we want to start to implement Angular. Alright, so at angular.io, I'm going to go to Get Started and just scroll down to where we have these files right here, basically all our configs. And we're going to copy the package.json file. And then what I'm going to do is open up another command line. I have one running the Feather server, but I'm going to open up another one to work in. And from here we're going to go to the project folder, devlogger, and we want to go to the public folder inside devlogger. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and run npm init. And that's going to create a package.json file. This stuff isn't really important because we're going to just overwrite it anyway. So we're just going to click enter. Alright, and then if we go in our public folder, you'll see we have a package.json file. Okay, this is where we're going to just paste in what we copied over here. Alright, we're going to change the name to devlogger. Alright, and then everything else can stay. We're going to save it. And then we're going to create our tsconfig.json file. Okay, this is for TypeScript. Paste that in and save it. And then we have our typings.json file. Copy that. Alright, and all of this stuff should be going in the public folder. Save that. We don't have to edit any of these files. Okay, this is a system.js. Let's go ahead and create that. So system.js.config.js. Paste that in. Alright, so we can close those up. Next thing we want to do is create our app folder inside public. And in here we're going to create a couple files. We want to create main.ts. And we want to create app.component.ts. Alright, and if we go to the documentation, we can just copy it from here. Okay, let's see. So this is the app component ts file. Let's copy that and just paste that in. Alright, now don't mind that error yet. That's just because we haven't ran npm install, so Angular is not installed yet. But we'll do that in a second. So let's save that, and then let's grab, they should have main.ts, which is right here. And we'll paste that in. Save that. And then we just need our index.html file, which is right here. And we're going to bring that. This one we're going to put, where is it? Right in the public folder, not in the app folder. Oh, we already have it. Never mind. Yeah, this is alright, so this is the index file that comes with feathers. We're going to completely overwrite this. Okay, paste that in. Alright, and I'm going to change the title to devlogger. And then this stuff here, that can stay. That's all fine, so let's go ahead and save it. Actually, let's get rid of this style CSS. We actually don't need that. Or we can create it. We're not going to actually add any custom styles, but I guess it's alright to just create it. Alright. And make sure you save that. And then what we're going to do is go into our command line, the one that's in the public folder. And we just want to basically, we want to watch the file for TypeScript changes so that we can compile it to JavaScript. So to do that, we can say npm run tsc:w for watch mode. First we need to run npm install. Alright, that'll just install Angular and all of the other dependencies. Alright, so now that that's done, we can then do npm run tsc:\w, and that's just going to watch the TypeScript files and compile them when they're changed. Alright, so we should now be able to go back to localhost 3030, and we get my first Angular 2 app. Alright, if we look in the console, there's no errors. So what we have here is a Feathers server, our backend application, with Angular running on the client side in the public folder. Now we're going to have a component for our logs. So in the app folder, let's create another folder called components, and then inside there we're going to have another folder called logs, and then that's going to have two files. It's going to have logs.component.ts, and it's also going to have logs.component.html. Alright, so we have the component file, and then we have the template, or the HTML file. So I'm going to copy what we have in the app component TS file and paste it in logs. And I'm just going to change this. We're going to add right here module ID, set that to module.id, and down here let's change template to template URL, and this is going to be logs.component.html. Alright, and then we'll change the name of the class to logs component. Alright, let's save that, and in the HTML file I'm just going to write logs for now. Alright, and then we're going to have to go to the app component TS file and import it. Okay, so we're going to go inside components, logs component, and then we have to add that as a directive. And let's see, we're going to have an HTML file for our main app component too. So let's create a file called app.component.html. And let's see, in here we're going to put our logs component, save it. Let's go back to our app component TS file, and we need to change this to template URL. And here we'll say app.component.html, and we also have to add module ID, like that. Save it, and now you can see that we have the logs component showing. So in the next video we're going to create our service, Feathers service, to interact with the back end, and we want to be able to pull any logs that are in there and display them in the application. Alright, so I will see you in the next video.